How's it going, everybody? The Trickster here, and in today's video I'm gonna go over my Spartan build for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This build does a ton of damage and it kills Athenian soldiers really quickly, and it's incredibly tanky at the same time, just like a real Spartan. Let's get right into it. Alright, so this is a Spartan build, which is going to be obvious. It's a warrior based build. There's pretty much nothing for hunters or assassins here, although it still deals a lot of assassin and hunter damage if you wish to do that. So a lot of the elements of this build can be taken to other warrior build, but I wanted to design it around the specific weapon type, the spear, and a lot of Spartan based abilities. Alright, so let's get right into the main perks. The first main perk is chance to ignore half damage. Now, spoiler alert, I used a legendary spear on this build that gives you an additional chance to ignore half, which puts the total percentage chance to ignore half damage on this build over 100%. So no matter what happens from bows or attacks, I will only receive half the amount of damage with this build. And for perk number 2, spear damage. This is a heavy spear based build. I want as much spear damage out of it as possible. So I'm putting as much spear damage on my boots and wherever else I can add it. Perk number 3, my favorite perks. Crit chance and crit damage at full health. This is a vital to all builds moving forward. I'd say the meta has moved to doing as much crit as possible to make back the damage that we lost. So this can be on your boots, on your waist, on your gauntlets, on your head. A lot of gear can have crit chance and damage at full health. You want to use it as much as possible and as many as possible, no matter what build you're using. In my opinion. That's in my opinion. And the fourth and final is fire damage. Fire damage lets you deal an additional punch of melee damage and it just melts enemies away. It's really fun to play with. I personally use fire most of the time. I don't really like poison, so I'll use fire. Alright, let's get into the main gear on this build. So the first one is the Staff of Hermes. This is a spear, even though it's called a staff that you get in the storyline. I'm not gonna spoil you how you get it, but you get it while completing a part of the story, and this has the 19% warrior damage, and like I said earlier, the unique part of this weapon is it has the chance to ignore half damage on it. It's the only weapon to have that perk on it. That perk cannot be on any other weapon except this one. And then you have the additional legendary engraving, low chance to gain a 30% health shield when hit. This becomes in really handy. What's nice about it though, it will proc anyone who tries to hit you, and they will just be bounced back as if you're parrying them when they hit you. And so it allows you to take down enemies a lot quicker. And then the last perk on this weapon is I have weapon damage becomes fire damage, because I don't want to reuse the fire ability all the time. And then the second one, I use Biden of the Underworld. Now this is a weapon I believe you have to get from the store or rolling it from the Olympia store. This has warrior damage, spear damage, and then a more warrior damage on top of it. And then I put the 30% armor penetration on top of that to allow my spear attack to deal penetrate that much more armor. And then to the bow, I have the Hades bow, which gives us warrior damage, fire damage. My basic arrows becomes fire damage, and I also added the crit chance on top of that. And now on the head, I have warrior damage, crit damage, 14% crit chance while full health, and 28% chance to ignore half damage. And guys, don't forget, all the purple materials in the game change. The helmet, the bracers, the vest, they change. I think everything changes except the weapon. And there also another note I want you to know, that the only reason I add screenshot is because my Assassin's Creed doesn't let me record the game, neither from Streamlabs or my Nvidia, so I cannot record the game. So I'm going to be adding screenshot on top of gameplay that belongs to the game, obviously. So let's continue. So now on the gauntlets, I have warrior damage, crit chance, and crit damage while full health. I made the gauntlet as much crit as possible. As I said earlier, crit is so vital in every build you make, and it's very important. And on the chest, I have warrior damage, crit damage, 14% elemental resistance, and 2 damage dealt restored as health. Now, I couldn't find a better chest plate. Like, I would rather remove the 14% elemental resistance and have crit chance while full health, or ignore damage, whatever is possible to be added there. But I couldn't find any better one, so for now, this is my breastplate. Now, of course, you can change some of the perks according to your liking. If you don't want to restore health, and you can add crit chance, you can add something else, but I added the healing so I can heal more and fight more, and just in case I die. So let's go to the waistband. The waistband, there's warrior damage, 28% chance to ignore half damage, 7% crit chance, and crit damage while full health. Like I said earlier, we are utilizing as much crit damage as possible. Now, on my boots, I kind of went overboard, obviously. Warrior damage, damage with spears. I also found a boot that had 14% damage with spears and staffs. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be this, right? It can be crit chance, it can be crit damage, it can be ignore damage, but I added spear damage, so it is better. Now, I had or still have a video about how to increase your damage as much as possible. I'm going to check it now, and if it isn't, my next post is going to be how to build your own build so you can maximize and build whatever you want. Anyway, let's go to the abilities now. As you can see, I'm only in the warrior tree. I'm not doing multi-shot or devastating shot. I don't really use much of the bow on this unless I need it, even though with the crit chance and crit damage at full health, it does do decent hunter damage, but we have the charged heavy attack, and you can't have a Spartan build without a Spartan kick. It's also a lot of fun to kick people off the top of the buildings, and most of the time I just climb up, they come up, and I just throw them down, which is kind of awesome. So we got health, the Ring of Chaos, and the Battle Cry Ears. I really love the Battle Cry Ears, but sometimes the screen change kind of annoys me, but it's really good. Also, I don't know if you know this, but if you were being attacked during your Battle Cry of Ares, right? Other than the fact that it gives you 50% more damage, it doesn't let you die, something like that. If you didn't know that, it's another tip. We have the overpowered attacks. Although, when it comes to spears, I don't really like the overpowered attacks, but the more you play it, you'll get used to it. And it's really valuable against mercenaries or in conquest battles, so I really liked it eventually. And then I put the rest of my points into passive areas, so we get more crit damage over more hunter damage and adrenaline. If you weren't aware, in the archery mastery, archery mastery, yeah, that's how you say it, my bad, your adrenaline will slowly refill one slot if it's not fully filled. And then we got weapons master and gears master. Alright, so the masteries, I went and put 15 points into damage with spears on the warriors, and I put a couple points in warrior damage, couple more points in health, armor, and melee. And you just keep doing those things we added on the perk. You can upgrade them in your in the mastery section for your perks. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I really hope I helped you in this guide. This build is 3 years old, actually, if you didn't know that. It is around the time where it all started, but it is a really awesome build and it helped me a lot. One more tip: if you want, you can add the bighorn bow because it's glitched instead of the Hades, but if you want to add the bighorn bow, it's awesome. And also you can change the second spear if you don't have it. Of course, find something very similar to it. Anyway, stay awesome guys, and see you in the next video.